guys, welcome to my noob castle improvement video. So in this video we are going to be improving this castle you see right here. So this is a very well shaped castle, but it's got some problems that we're going to fix up. So the first problem being it's very square and very flat. It's got minimal detail, especially around the back. You can see how those towers, although they do have a little shape in the corner, they're not perfectly square, they're still really plain. So we're going to be improving this and improving the palette a little bit. You can see they use diamond and gold blocks, and that doesn't do a lot for the detail. They do have a little moat and drawbridge, which I think is super cute, and the interior is decorated with a little feast table, and I think that's super awesome, so we're going to do one too. Okay, let's get started, shall we? So, to start off, we're going to be doing the foundation. So we want to mark out where our towers and walls are. Our towers are 5 by 5 and they're perfectly square at the beginning. Of course, we're not going to be doing square towers. Then our walls are 15 by 15 and we leave a space in the front for our doorway, which is going to be an arch. And of course, I mark my middle block on each of the walls. After this, I'm going to be starting improving our palette right off the bat. So we add logs in the towers, right? Now we're going to detail the stone brick up around the logs, allowing some of the log to peek through at different points. We're adding stairs to add shape, and you can see how as we go up the tower, we're kind of leaning the blocks towards a center point and then bringing them back out, kind of like an hourglass shape. And I think this gives a really nice look to the tower. And although it is square at the base, it is no longer square once we get to the middle point, and of course it is more circular at the top. We had our accent block of lapis, which I think does a lot for the build because of course diamond is very bright, and I think lapis is a good compromise, and we're going to be keeping this blue throughout the tower. We add little iron bars for a window, and at the top we want it to lean out a lot, so we're using stairs for this and keeping it a little more circular, and then we're adding the classic castle roof shape. This is our first tower, completely done. Now we get to rotate it around 3 times, and all of our towers will be done. Then we can begin on a wall. So for a wall, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set that middle blocks back 1. That gives us depth right off the start that we can build off of. After this, we're going to be adding our pillars, right? That gives us our separate block, makes it really easy for us to build and detail off of that. Right away, we can add our foundation of the dark oak planks, and then our cobble all the way along, right? Then after that, we have cobble on the top as well. And I start trying to get in my accent block, and I add a little window right in the center. The window's kind of lazy decorating, but it works really well in this scenario because it also adds interest to our interior when we do it. After this, I add a cute little railing along the top to make it look very castle-like. And then that's it. That's our wall done. Really simple, right? Now we're going to rotate that around twice and start on our front wall. For the front wall, this is our doorway. So we want to have an arch, and we don't want it to be square. I'm going to try to do a pretty interesting shape here, and then we drag up the walls around it, getting them the right height. I'm not going to add any depth to these right away. Our 2 pillars will do that for us. And of course, I don't want to overcrowd this front entrance because we want to drag our attention into the castle. Cobble along the bottom and top once again makes it look like a very strong castle. And then up on top of that cobble, we do stone brick and our lapis detailing again. So now we have lapis all throughout the castle, but not too much. It's just our accent block. We're doing the same railing on top and almost the same detail on those pillars. After this, we can begin on the top layer. You can see I've already filled it in with some cobble slabs, and now I'm getting the shape of this top tower that I want. So I'm doing 5 blocks on each edge and then a little tiny bit of a hint of a tower. This gives us some depth in those walls and really helps us to improve the shape. We don't want it to ever be a perfect square. After this, I'm adding in my pillars and expanding on the stone brick a little bit so I can detail it out. The pillars really help me with this because I can add my detail directly to the pillars. It really helps when detailing. I get this to the right height, and I use cobble once again on the top there for detailing. I want to keep the detail pretty consistent throughout my wall. So although my walls are all very different, the detail is very similar. You can see in the corner there, I did the stone brick stairs leaning towards that log, just like in our larger towers. I add some cobble to add shape to it to make it look kind of roundish. And then I'm adding the same railing on top and rotating that around. There we go. So at this point, we're right at the spot where our noob castle is. But we're not going to finish here. We're going to add yet another layer. Because I feel like the queen or king of this castle needs somewhere to sleep, right? So we're going to be adding another tower up on here with a proper roof on it. So a little less castle-like, but it still goes very nicely with the castle. So we're once again coming up here with our stone brick and cobble detailing and our logs, of course. And this one is a very square detail because I wanted the roof to be a very simple design. We're putting our lapis accent in the middle this time, and I think this works really well to kind of balance it. It brings all the details toward the center point and towards our nice little roof that we've done. The detailing on here is very simple, very easy. Now we begin on our very simple roof. So we're just dragging our dark oak planks around all the way, and we're just breaking the corner block, and then we're dragging a big peaked roof up. We're going to be detailing this out with the planks and the stairs and slabs for the planks, just in the corners. Gives it a much better look of detail, adds some depth to that roof. Really helps out overall. Okay, after this we're going to be adding the flagpole because, of course, in our noob castle it did have a flag. It was a gold flag. So in this castle we're going to be adding a little bit more detail to that flag and make it look like it's waving in the wind. We're going to be keeping the blue because, of course, that is the kingdom color that we chose, and some gold blocks just to reflect back on our noob castle because that's what they use. Alright, that's our castle exterior pretty well done. Now we need our drawbridge and our moat. So our drawbridge is in right here, and we're going to begin on the moat. For the moat, we don't want to do a perfect square, and we want to have the water actually touching the castle. And so for this, we're going to drag the foundation of the castle actually into our moat to make it look a little more realistic, and we're going to be adding some depth and dimension to that water. I end up raising up the castle one block just to have the drawbridge sitting on the land there. Of course, if you were putting this castle on actual terraforming, you would move it there and then terraform so that the castle fit a lot better. But here we're on a flat plot, so this works just as well. Here we have our water filled in, and I think this really brings our castle to life. I just love the way that it looks. Alright, that's our castle finished. So if you guys want to see the interior, stick around to the end of the video here and I will show you. So what did we improve? We improved the shape of our towers quite a lot by kind of making them more of an hourglass shape. We improved our walls by adding more blocks and blocks that worked better with the detail that we wanted to do. We added cobble, logs, planks, and lapis, which really help out the look of the build. And the shape of the walls. We of course added shape to those walls and depth and windows. And all of this really makes a difference. On the interior, I sectioned off the interior. So although this is a very small interior, when you section it off like this, it makes it look a lot bigger than it is. So the feast hall is in the back and the throne room is in the front, surrounded by stairs. I think this works very well. Okay, I hope you guys liked this video, and please subscribe to my channel for more. Leave suggestions in the comments below on what you want to see. And thanks so much for watching. Bye everybody!